partake, different strains do different things. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's actually strains out there that will help with weight loss.
Well,
Everybody talks about weight gain with pot because you want to eat, but there's actually strains out there that help with weight loss.
will suppress your appetite.
Yeah.
Well, there's a strain out there that named Morning Wood. Guess what it helps with?
I'm thinking it's a Viagra replacement.
Yeah. So, and I can't promote it, but I mean, anybody got their hands on it, you let us know you get it.
Well, no kidding, because I haven't seen it. I know you haven't seen it.
No, I know when we went to Red Dirt, they had talked about they were gonna try to grow some of it. So
Yeah, and shout out to our fine friends at Red Dirt Sun Grown Cannabis.
yes, sir.
They are the best, and some great people.
I was gonna say, man, a cool company and even better people. They're just a great couple to know.
And if you think they're cool, you ought to see some of the cars they got.
Oh my God, man!
That old Buick slammed to the ground.
I think I posted some pictures of that on the 420 page, man.
That, and I think on the Insta as well. Yeah, so if you guys want to look at some of those cars, there was a Bronco that was restored. That was awesome. I think an old Cadillac was there. That slammed down Buick, which was awesome.
That Bronco, remember that Bronco? I can't remember the name of the model Bronco that was, but it came without a top and doors.
Yeah,
remember that?
It's a special model without a top and doors.
And the name escapes me right now, but yeah, I didn't even know they made that was available like that.
And then what's really cool for the workers, this is how cool these people are. Do they go out and buy late model Chevrolets for them to go out and use? No, not at all. They'll buy. They're kind of into buying the circa 1970 to 1976 Ford trucks.
Ford, yeah. There was a couple of those out there that were cool as shit.
Yeah, they were, and one was really cool because it was a kind of a creamy yellow and white, creamy yellow and maybe a little whitish tan, whitish cream color.
Yeah,
what was the nickname on that? Butter, or that's the one that Shandy gave it. That's the one that Shandy called it.
Shandy,
was butter.
Yeah,
because it looked like a big stick of butter. But that was super cool. And they don't do none of these trucks, man, patina and all. They just leave it. And
it's one of the things that's so cool about it.
Yeah, that's kind of our vibe. I'm not too high and mighty to say that I'm not white trash, because I am kind of white trashy. I kind of dig the retro stuff and
white trash in you, man.
Lead sled, and I can behave and be classy, but most of the time I'm kind of white trashy. Sleeves cut off, don't give a crap. There's many times I go to Shiner's house, hang out or whatever, and if it's in the summertime, fall, spring, something like that, if it's hot outside, chances are I'm ditching my britches and just walking around in underwear in somebody else's house, and I don't give a shit.
True story.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of our friends. I don't remember who it was. Somebody in the crew was talking one time. Like they said, well, you can always tell when summer's about to hit because Shiner and Titty lose the sleeves on their shirts. Like it's all summer long, cut off sleeves, man.
Straight up, and we'll keep our favorites to wear year to year, but the new stuff that we get in the fall that we wear as regular T-shirts. As soon as spring comes down, bam, those sleeves are off, man.
Sleeves are gone, man. I remember that when we first met and started hanging out, you guys were coming over, and the person I was with at the time, she was like, hey, you need to change your shirt. Why? Well, we got company come over. Everybody doesn't, most people don't think cut off sleeves is, proper fucking dress for when you're having, I dropped the F-bomb down.
Yeah, I caught that.
Oh, but, proper attire to wear when you're having company. And so I did. I remember I changed my shirt that night. I wasn't happy about it, but I did. And Titty shows up, sleeves cut off his shirt. I said, yeah, me and this dude can get along.
Yep. Yeah, it was crazy, and we've talked about this in the past, but, we just really connected hard. Shiner's, although he never served in the military, he's probably he and Party Foul Johnny are two of the most patriotic sumbitches I've ever met in my life. Right? So we got along right from the get-go. And on paper, with both of us being kind of type A and control freaks and that kind of stuff, you would think we would just clash as friends. No,
if you write it out, if we write it out, it shouldn't work. Like,
now there is a caveat to that is, everybody knows we've kind of branched off a little bit, and we have our 420 show, and we have Outcast Media Group, and so when it comes to business, and you have two alpha heads, sometimes you butt heads the business side. We don't as friends, but we just do sometimes in business, and it's just the way it is. But you would think we'd never be friends if it was on paper. It's crazy.
No, I think it's probably it is probably the closest friendship I've ever had in my life. I can say that pretty confidently.
Well, I mean, you're like a brother to me. Not very many
people.
I mean,
how many Thanksgivings have we spent together?
Every one of them.
Since we met each other, every one of them, I think.
Yeah, we haven't missed one.
So, I mean, instead with our biological families, we're always together on at least Thanksgiving.
Yeah, sometimes, it's been said before, I got family that ain't blood and blood that ain't family, and that's kind of how we roll. I do want to give a shout out to, while we were on podcast, to the live with Arlo and Adam. Adam Richmond's a good friend of mine. It's a funny podcast. This last podcast they did was absolutely hilarious. But they also do something a little bit different. You can actually go to YouTube and watch their show, watch their podcast, or you can listen to it on iTunes or Spreaker or Spotify. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can hear them. But you can also see the video on YouTube. And I think Shiner and I are going to try to work on a plan to be able to do that too, because it's kind of cool to watch facial expressions and that kind of stuff. We're always funnier when we're sitting right next to each other.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, so we feed off each other on that, and Adam and Arlo kind of feed off each other as well. So it's pretty cool. Adam's a good friend. He's kind of a techie guru. He's an IT guy, hustler, got some side businesses. Kind of reminds us of us a little bit. But the guy's just gold and gives a shirt off his back to anybody. So just want to give them a big shout out. Faux show.
Faux show.
Speaking of 428s, we wrapped up the shoot with the bachelor table. And Josh,
we're in the midst.
Yeah, Josh is an awesome guy.
Oh, that was a great. We actually ran into probably more speed bumps in filming this episode than we ever have previously, but it was worth it in the end. And,
sometimes things happen for a reason.
Oh yeah, I think the majority of the time they do.
We went on a shoot on a Saturday, Jones Riverside Airport. There was a band out there, was doing their album release, and he was there with his food trailer to feed the hungry people there. And literally within 90 seconds of getting there, the lead singer of this thing came up on us and basically told us we weren't welcome. They already have a video crew. What are you doing here? Get off my tarmac.
This wasn't very welcoming or accommodating.
No.
It wasn't very to ask what we were doing or why we were there without giving us a lot of attitude. But
yeah, it was super duper douchebaggery for sure.
Well, and keep in mind, like we up until this moment, we had tried to support these guys and give them a little bit of exposure on this podcast. If you guys are regular listeners, you're going to know who we're talking about, because you will no longer hear their music on a podcast, because I refuse to support anybody that treats any other person like they're an asshole for no other reason other than they think they have the right to do so.
And sure, we may have looked like white trash. We were out there with sleeveless shirts, bandana on the head. It was 100 in hell on the tarmac.
Yeah.
And there's trailers there, so where there's trailers, there's sleeveless shirts, right? So
yeah, we just changed dress for how we thought we should be fitting in.
Side note, I saw a T-shirt online today, and I thought it was the funniest shit I had ever seen in my life. If you speak a little bit of Spanish, basura, B-A-S-U-R-A, basura is trash.
Right.
And blanco is white. So there's this picture of this little pull-behind trailer house, and it looks like it's spray-painted on there. It says basura blanco.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's a pretty cool shirt.
I'm ready to own that. I think you sent that to me today.
I did, yeah. Yeah, I saw it, and I was like, oh, my God, that's the best T-shirt ever.
Shirt. Yeah, but back to what we were saying, though, like, I mean, there was really no reason in the world to treat us like that. So this guy's attitude kind of set our attitudes in motion. Titty and I are funny, because usually if somebody rubs us the wrong way and we catch static from somebody, it usually hits one of us pretty hard, and the other one talks the other one down.
Yeah.
This wasn't like that.
Oh no, this was like you ever see like one of those dancers, the male dancers in the ballet that jumps up and it's kind of like a cheerleader toe touch. Both legs go up, except for in this case, both legs went up and one hit me in the balls and one hit him in the balls.
Yeah, it just pissed us both off.
Pissed us off, and it set the tone for the day. And then secondly, because it was, and I am not kidding, the temperature was over 100. The heat index was well over that, and I'll bet it was at least 130 degrees in that trailer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
At least.
It was blazing hot.
It was brutal in there with Rigzilla trying to film that stuff. Just got sweat dripping down from every pore. My eyes are burning. I'm trying to film, keeping my eyes kind of shut because the sweat's burning them, so I can't really see what's going on. And thank God that we have a chef who is so in tune to what he's doing, but kind of wants to be that teacher type person too, that he's talking you through what he's doing. It's kind of like doing our jobs. We don't have to voice over that because he kind of did his own voiceover.
No, yeah. He kind of walked. That was awesome, dude. I mean, I don't think any other time we always kind of have to prod people, which I get it, man. I mean, you stick a camera in front of somebody, it doesn't make everybody very comfortable. Yeah. But, so we have to kind of, lead the conversation. Chef Josh, man, he killed it. He knocked it out of the park. As soon as that camera went his direction, man, he jumped on board, started explaining what he was doing. I was like, this is awesome. But I can say you guys that watch 420 Eats, we've always been proud of the fact that we shoot the entire thing with iPhones. Then we use iOS devices, including iPhones, to edit that. We made a jump this time. We kind of just made a collective decision. Well, actually, we produced a music video for some buddies of ours in town and used another software that's actually professional software for editing. So we used that. We decided to take that over to 420 just to polish that up a little bit and make it a little bit better than what we were doing. So we're pretty excited to get this one posted. It'll definitely have a couple new things in it and probably be one of the better episodes of the season when we're all said and done.
Yeah, we're still going to shoot it with iPhones.
We are still shooting it with iPhones, yeah. So that's man. I get a lot of people that contact us on the Instagram account for 420 Eats, and people ask me all the time, "Are you guys? Is that a joke? Or are you really doing this?" That's not a joke. That's very sincere. We have done every bit of it up until episode 5 will be the first episode we edited on something other than an iOS device. Every bit before that. Everything's shot with iPhones. It's been edited up with iPhones. I mean, I'm talking laying soundtracks in there, manipulating audio. We did it all with iPhones.
Yep. And so
you guys are thinking that you don't have the resources to do it. Think again. We've just shown everybody it's very, very possible.
There's people out there that have made movies with an iPhone. So
yeah, incredibly great movies with. I mean,
you can do, and that camera is so good. And if you have. If you happen to have, I think it's a 7 Plus, maybe the 8 Plus too,
for
that double camera.
I think after the 7 Plus, they all did 7 Plus, 8 Plus.
Yeah,
I'm sure the new 10. I'm sure that has dual cameras.
But I think it was the bigger camera that had the doubles, and the smaller camera had the single.
Yeah,
yeah. That double camera is tits, dude.
Yeah.
It can do some cool stuff. And anyways, back to what we were talking about. You're going to see a little different look to the episodes.